Hey guys, so today's video is a drawing tutorial and I thought the last one I did I'd filmed on my phone and I screen recorded it, and I didn't want to do another drawing on my phone because I really do not like doing it on my phone because it's a lot harder doing it on a really small screen. I do all of mine on my iPad. This is an iPad 2. It's old, it's slow, but it works for drawing, so I made do with what I've got. And I just have this really simple stylus that I use. It's not like an Apple pen, it's not like a fancy, iPad pen. It's literally just a stylus. I had like pretty much it. Hopefully you can see the drawing. It's a bit of a weird setup at the moment, but I thought I would quickly film this because a lot of people have been wondering how I, do my drawings, and I've kind of started doing a different style. And yeah, I started doing this one and I thought I should film it because I'm procrastinating, and I thought why not. So I've already done the outline for this and that's pretty basic. If you go onto my other video, I'm pretty sure I talk about an outline for it. The only thing I think I've changed about it is I've done the eyebrows a lot differently. And what I've just done nowadays is that when I'm tracing the image, I instead do actually the strands of the eyebrows because I kind of like that, that look. This is obviously Grace and Dolan, and this is the image I am drawing. It cut off, so I just kind of improvised on where his body would be. Yeah. So the next step that I was doing was actually his hair, and how I do the hair is, it's really random, but I pretty much just choose a color, and then I always change it because sometimes there's different colors and everything, so I kind of just choose one I like and then just go with it, because a lot of people ask me how I do hair, and the last one I did of Jack Avery, a lot of people ask me how I did his hair because his hair is really difficult to draw. Might have to do a tutorial on it, but pretty much it just takes a lot of patience. So this is kind of my step process. So what I do is I make a rough outline in between without the strands and just of where the hair is, and then I go in with a smaller tipped brush, and I go in and I look at, oh, there's some hair there, and I kind of just fill in where the hair would be. I'm like, oh, there's a strand there, let me just add that, there's one there, there's some there, and then I'll obviously go on with a thinner brush. Obviously it looks a bit weird because there's no tone to it, it's just literally just a blob at the moment, but it'll get there eventually. And then his hair comes down here. Obviously this part of his hair is lighter than the rest. Now here we can't really see where his hair is, but I'm just gonna improvise. I'm gonna go really thin now and make those really detailed strands. This is what really makes the hair look realistic, when you add as many strands as you can, in my opinion. I used to do the hair just all one blob and then just add in something highlights and stuff, but I've kind of found new ways of doing it. This area looks really odd. Which is a bit annoying. But once you get all the highlights and the, the shadows and everything, it'll look fine. So yeah, so then I'm just going to leave the hair like that. I'm going to come back to it later. I'm just going to add another layer, and I'm going to do the skin. So I'm going to show you the part of his body that's kind of in the middle of his skin tones, and one that's not too pink, not one that's too yellow, kind of in between. Maybe I'll stick with that. And then now I'm just going to erase the excess. Okay, so that's all done. The skin is done. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the eyes, and first of all, in the outline layer, I'm just gonna do the pupil. So that's the pupils done. So now in this layer, I'm going to color them in. And I'm gonna have another layer. Like I usually have the same layers like every single drawing, but so these are how my layers are presented. Okay, so then in this individual layer, I literally just color the whole thing in, and then I do the same where I erase the excess. So now it just kind of looks like the vampire. So this is what we got at the moment. What I do now is I do my shading. So I'll just grab like that color, go down to 20%, 25%, whatever. I'm not really too fast on it. And then I'll, ooh, it's big. It's a bit big. And then like do this, and then do it again, and then do it again until it's like dark enough. Sometimes like increase that until it kind of looks like. And then I'm just going with the next color and like kind of just do the same things around. This is how I get the eyes to be a bit more lifelike. So that's kind of looking good, that little corner. And then I'm just going to keep going. I'm not going to make it as dark as it is because, I don't know, I just don't do that. So there's one eye. Okay, that's the two eyes done, and now I'm just going to do, in the layer above that, I'm going to do the pupil. So then I just kind of like grab a colour in between, like in the middle kind of area, and then just kind of colour it in. So now it looks like that. And then what I do now is I grab this colour and I make it a little bit darker. Turn it down to like 35, and then I just make a circle around the center, like that. And then if I want it a bit lighter, I might just go back out, blend them in between. And then now I'm going to go a little bit lighter. Oh my god, I just literally finished the eye and it couldn't have. I'm gonna repeat it, but pretty much I already just did the center lighter color and I just blended them through, and that's how that eye looks. So now it looks a bit odd because like the thing is so bright and the eyes are so dark, but you'll get there. I'm just gonna do the same on this eye. So now that's both of the eyes done, as you can see. So now I'm going to do the lips real quick, and I just kind of go on like the eye layer, and I grab a colour, and I go like this, and I colour it in. And then like that, and then I'm just going to, you know, decrease the opacity. It wants to let me. Oh my goodness. There we go. And then I'm just going to choose the darkest colour, increase it down to about 30, and then just, might look a bit weird, but place where the dark colour is. And that's about it. And then I'm going to go to this part, like, kind of just like blend it in. Then I'm just going to grab that colour and blend it in. Oh, the card got full. So, anyways, I think I'm pretty much done with the lip. Now we've got the lips and the eyes done, and now I've got to do the face, which is pretty much one of the easiest parts. I'm just gonna fill in his earring because so then like that little earring is done. I'm not really gonna like shade it or anything. I'm not really fussed about the earring. I'm just more about the face. So now we're just gonna do the face, and now I like to start with the shadow. So I'm gonna choose like this little brown, it's a bit dark brown, and just like fill out the really dark shadows in his face. So now I've done all that and it looks ridiculous, but we're gonna blend it, so it's okay. Just gonna after I've done that, I kind of go over them and like blend them in, and then like add in lighter colors to even them out. And I was just, you know, continuing that and doing like the nose area. It's pretty self-explanatory, really. And what I'm doing now, I'm just adding a little bit of a highlight in that area just to make it, because that's where there is a highlight. If you can see, like right there in that area, which I'll probably end up fixing them like later on. I'm just gonna continue doing. So I kind of finished the face, and I'll add in the highlights later. I'm just going to do the ear now. I think the ear looks good now because I've kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to do the neck. Jeez, how many times am I gonna stop recording? So I don't know what it missed, but so annoying. I finished the neck and the body. So yeah, and then I'm gonna just add in the highlights now. So I'm just gonna grab like that color and just go in the areas, like obviously changing the opacity like wherever I am, because each one is not as highlighted. And add some shadow here just because it's a bit And then with that same, I'm going to go down here. So that's what it looks like now. And now I'm just going to do the hair because I think the face is done. I'm happy with it. So with the hair, this is when it gets a bit like, whoa. So I remove everything because I don't want to be distracted. So what I'm going to do now is add in all the shadows. So I'm going to remove that and I'm going to get, so it's pretty much like a black. And then on the pointed tool, go in, it's like a, I'll go with like a dark brown instead, which is pretty much similar to the black. Go in with an opacity of about like maybe 50, and then just like wherever it's dark, I'm just gonna draw it in. And make sure you're always going in the direction that the hair is going. Was my hair literally in the camera? With the smaller, just like, you know, changing the widths and like, you know, just really making it precise of where you're getting those dark colors. And then now it's gonna look a little bit crazy, obviously. But now I'm just gonna go over them with a big brush. Since I'm happy with that, I'm just gonna go in more like that and like just kind of blend it out. And then I'm going to grab like a middle color like that and then blend it into, so I'm going to turn the opacity down, into the dark colors where it is needed. So now I'm going to go in with a really light color and just go wherever there is a light shade. I'm obviously going to go in a bit more precisely later on, but this is just like an overview. So now it kind of looks like that, and then I'm just going to go in and like go really small. Like add in strands where it's needed, go really small as well, and add in strands where they are. Okay, so that's what his hair looks like at the moment. I've just added a bunch of strands and like literally just going all over the place. I'm probably gonna end up cropping it just so it's like that because of the hair. It was just a bit hard to improvise on, really. Yeah, it's a lot of like fidgeting with the hair. I'm really fussy with it, so that's what the face looks like. I've done the hair, I'll crop it and everything, but this is how I do my background. So at the moment I don't really have a specific, like I used to do themes and stuff, like, but now I kind of just choose the color I like, add some other colors in the background, and that's how I do it. So yeah, when you save on Adobe Draw, you want to zoom in as much as you can to fit the image, because then you get a better quality photo. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why can't you just save the canvas, but whatever. So this is the finished product. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and kind of like learned how I do my drawings. And you know, I got a lot of there it goes. I got a lot of questions about how I do hair and how I do my drawings, so I was like, why not just film a video, and it's a lot easier to explain. Yeah, but if you haven't checked out my last 2 photos, go check out my profile. I'll link it down below and show a little picture of it now. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and I hope to see you guys soon. Don't know when, because my life is a mess at the moment, but bye.